Hey y'all, what's up? It's me, Danny TV, back at it again with a new video. And today's discussion is definitely going to be about irresponsible parents and gun violence. I live in Chicago, so this got to be a talk that we need to have. Um, so before we get started on this conversation, I would like to say hit that thumbs up, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I make a new video. Most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Oh, most definitely, I want to say shout out to all my new supporters, all my new subscribers. I appreciate everybody that has actually took the time out to watch the video from last year and my newest videos from this year. I really appreciate that. Um, I thank you guys for all the good feedback and everything. At the end of the day, God is good, and I really appreciate y'all for that. Um, and I just want to say, keep sharing it, keep watching it. I appreciate that. So, yeah, hit that notification bell, y'all, so y'all can be notified when I make these new videos. Because here on this channel, we like to have deep discussions, and everybody is not going to agree with the things that I say, and that's cool, it's cool because I got a lot more people that actually agree with me, so it's okay. And even if nobody decides to agree with me, hey, at the end of the day, I know that right is right, wrong is wrong, period. So at the end of the day, yeah, I appreciate y'all support, and let's get started right into this video. So this discussion, it needs to be had. It is getting real crazy out here. There has been a lot of children lately in the city of Chicago that has been losing their lives behind this senseless ass gun violence. It is so ridiculous with the amount of children that are having to be 6 feet under and that can't even make it past the age of 11, can't even make it past the age of 14. Because of this stupid street violence, because because of the irresponsible parents that they got. Yep, I said it. Because at the end of the day, these parents nowadays, they are so damn irresponsible, it don't make no sense. But then they want to shout Black Lives Matter when a black man is gunned down by a white officer. Then they want to shout out Black Lives Matter when a black woman is killed by a white officer. Then they want to shout out, I'm so glad that my people came together because black people were fighting white people on a damn boat in Alabama. But the reality is, Black lives don't matter. Yep, I said it. The reality is Black lives don't matter because when a young child is gunned down in the streets of Chicago or the streets of New York or the streets of California or the streets of Louisiana or the streets of Texas, Black lives don't matter then. Ain't nobody marching then. The reality is black people ain't gonna never stick together. Let's just call a spade a spade. No, I ain't trying to be negative. It's just facts. You see it every day. Even after the Alabama boat fight, we still mean mugging each other in public when we see each other. We still killing each other. Even after the Alabama fight. So, that is the reality. The reality is these parents, will never, somebody calling me. Okay, somebody was calling me. But the reality is, these parents, they will never be responsible. The more that society introduces uh, technology every year, they'll become even more irresponsible. The more that school remains open, they'll become even more irresponsible. You probably ask, why do I say that? Well, it's obvious that parents, a lot of parents, I'm not hey, if the shoe fit, wear it. That's all I'm gonna say. If that shoe fit, put it on, lace it up, tie it up, and just walk around in it. But let's be real though. Let's be real. Cause more as time goes on, as the years go on, as society is introduced into new technology or whatever the case is, these parents, the more as time goes on, society is introduced to new technology, and the parents become even more lazier, and they want to introduce their kids into technology instead of letting them be hands on as they should. It's good to let your kid know about a computer when it's their time to know about a computer. Like, I literally didn't start knowing about computers, getting the gist of computers and things like that until I think I was about 10. And then once I got in fifth grade, we had to learn about Microsoft Word and Excel and all of that stuff. We had to learn how to type and stuff like that. But I was about 10, 11 years old. I was not introduced into a cell phone. I was not introduced into a tablet. Well, obviously, tablets was not out at that time, But even when cell phones had first came out, my mom did not say, "Here you go, here's a phone." Nowadays, parents giving a 4-year-old cell phones. They buying them tablets to occupy them. Instead of letting them be a kid and letting them play with toys, you would rather go and get them a tablet and let them play games on a damn tablet all day. Nowadays, these irresponsible ass parents is letting these kids sit in front of a TV all day and letting the TV raise their kids instead of them raising their kids. Instead of them teaching the child ABC 1, 2, 3, red, blue, and yellow, circle, triangle, rectangle. Instead of doing something so simple as that, you would rather for the television to do it for them. You would rather for YouTube to do it for them. And then they don't even limit the amount of television time for the kids because they feel like it's unnormal or unnatural for a child to be in front of the television for less than 2 hours or less than an hour and 30 minutes. First and foremost, kids need to be limited on the amount of television that they watch, because if they watch too much TV, it can mess with their brain. Then they'll have withdrawals. Then it'll be hard for them to sleep. Then they'll think that it's TV time all day long. Be more hands-on with your kids, is what I'm saying. and stop introducing them into technology at such young ages. Okay, just because technology, a new iPhone came out, or the new tablet, or whatever, or the new electric bike or scooter just came out, does not mean that you have to introduce your child into that at such a young age. People literally don't believe in manually raising their kids and like teaching them things without technology. This is why there's so many kids in this world that are spoiled. This is why it's so many kids in this world that's they don't even understand how they it's like when boredom strikes extremely fast. Because you want to know what they do all day? They be in them phones, they be in the tablets that their parents gave them. I don't even see 6-year-olds playing with toys anymore. I don't see 7-year-olds playing with toys anymore. What happened? Then, when the kid can't get the doggone tablet or the phone, they want to go outside where it's dangerous at. And this is what I'm about to get started on, because it's so many kids losing their lives behind senseless gun violence in the streets of Chicago. All because they don't know how to be a kid. All because they get bored too fast. They don't want to play with toys. They don't want to learn. So it's like, Mama, can I go outside? And then here go to Mama. Go ahead. Go on out there. They riding their bikes up and down the dangerous streets of Chicago because their parents don't give a damn. Where the parents at? In the house getting high or on the phone gossiping. And then when something happens to your child, you want to cry and yell into the camera on the news talking about put the guns down. This don't make no sense. Did you say that when you told your kid to go outside and go ahead and play and you was in the house getting high with Pookie and Ray Ray? Did you say that then? No, you didn't. You wasn't thinking about the violence then. You was thinking about smoking a blunt. Or you was thinking about, let me see, she getting on my nerves, so going outside, little Keisha. That's what you was thinking about. Parents become irresponsible as long as these schools is open. Why do I say that? Because a lot of people nowadays, they really not into the homeschooling situation. And I'm not going to push anything on this channel and force a person to do anything on this channel. All I could do is suggest. And I suggest that we, as parents, stick together and homeschool our kids. And if you don't understand why I say that, look at the society that we live in nowadays. It is so obvious that it's so dangerous for kids to go to school nowadays. You got to worry about them being bullied by other children. You got to be worried about them not learning anything throughout the day. You got to worry about them being abused by their own teachers or gym teachers, whatever the case is, the principal. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors when you at work or when you laying your ass down at home and your kid at school. You don't know what goes on in these schools. People put their trust into the public school system so much nowadays. This is why a lot of this is why a lot of kids um are being taken out of these homes and things like that. And it's really because the judgment from the public school system. When you decide you don't want your kids to get I don't know if I could say that, but when you decide you don't want your kids to get the those or whatever like that, they look at you like you're evil or you're crazy or you're a horrible parent, blah blah blah. And then next thing you know, you got DCFS or CPS knocking at your door for medical neglect. You can't have no type of peace when you put your kid in school. This is why I would prefer homeschool. But that's not even the case. A lot of parents are becoming irresponsible the longer that schools stay open because they want to be able to lay their asses down. Some of them don't be going to work for real. They be at home. And it's like, oh, you got an after school program too? I'm finna keep you in after school too. So now your child ain't at school for a whole 8 hours. Your child is at school for damn near 10 to 12 hours a day. Like they working overtime or something. I mean, putting your kid in school is kind of like still dealing with the system. Because you're dealing with the public school system and you barely see your child. The only time that you see your child is when you pick them up from school, and then you probably see them about 2 hours at home, and then they in the bed. Then when they wake up, time to go back to school. So now they missing out on 10 hours a day. I'm gonna say 8 to 12 hours per day. They missing out being with their parent, spending time with their parent. Then, not even just that, but soon as the weekend come, you ready to go kick it with your friends and hang out somewhere. You don't even want to see your child. Or you probably at work. Some of these parents work so much that they don't even have time for their own kids. Some of these parents get fed up so quick that it's like, take your ass to school. I'm about to lay down in the bed. And then by the time they get home, you all high or you're still irritated. How you irritated and they been at school all day? That's why I say the irresponsibility of these parents is real nowadays. And then these kids grow into feeling unloved and unwanted and feeling like they are a huge burden on their parents. So then at that point, they go run to the streets with everything. And they rely on the streets to pretty much either raise them, or they just want to be out in the streets because it's like, hey, my parent don't love me. Maybe the streets do. My parent don't ever have time for me. The streets do. I ain't got no family I can talk to, but I got people in the streets that I can talk to. And then at that point, their lifespan is cut pretty short because by them relying on the dangerous streets, the dangerous city that they live in, they are bound to be put in the most fatal situations. You know, so many children out here are being gunned down at the age of 14, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Nowadays, their lifespan is cut so short. A child don't know that, all they know is I'm out of my mom's womb. I'm being born into this world. I think I'm in a good place because, all these little fun things, as a baby, as an infant, they see colorful things. They smile, they innocent, they precious. Soon as they become 2 years old, they still innocent. But then you have the evil in some of these parents that it makes their child feel extremely terrified of them because all they want to do is the wrong stuff. All they want to do is beat, abuse them, neglect them, don't even care about them. All these kids know is that they're just here. They didn't ask to be here. They have to deal with, it ain't even just their parents either. It's this corrupt world that we live in. These kids don't even know what they're up against because majority of the children are not being schooled by their intelligent parents. They're being schooled by unintelligent, uneducated, educated fools, brainwashed parents, evil parents. So they don't really know nothing. They don't even know the society that they live in. All they know is my mom said I can go outside and play. So I can be out all day until the sun rises up in the morning. I can be out here as long as I want to. Because my mom, she cool. She said I can go outside. They don't know that they live in a very dangerous area because their parents are not warning them. No, you're going to stay in the house and I'm going to take you to a nice, beautiful park in a suburban neighborhood somewhere. You're not about to, no, you're not about to play outside over here. No, you're not about to go to the park over here. No, you're not about to walk to the corner store by yourself. They don't warn them. They don't even care to warn them. They just let them do anything. Kids are innocent. And it's when they rely on the streets to raise them, that's how you know you ain't doing something right. But then again, I can't say that all the time. Excuse me. I can't say that's the case all the time because you got parents that are doing the right things. And it's just unfortunate that some of these children, they become brainwashed by other children, peer pressured by other children, and they turn around and they want to do all the wrong things after you did everything that you could. So I'm not speaking about, that's the case all the time with irresponsible parents because even the responsible parents, they have to deal with certain situations with their children. This is why I highly suggest, that living in the inner city or living in a dangerous city or whatever it should be. People really should consider leaving the inner cities, especially if you got kids too. It's too dangerous. And it ain't just because of stuff like that, but they're planning something right up under our noses. And a lot of people not even paying attention to the situation. Look at the situation in Hawaii. And what they're not telling y'all is thousands of children that are missing. They don't know where the children are. They don't even want to speak about it. It's a possibility that those kids could have been burnt alive in the wildfire, but it's also a strong possibility that they were snatched up. It's just mighty funny how y'all let them leave school early. Now they back at home. They parents at work. They in the house by themselves. What happened to the kids? They don't even want to say anything. But this is also another reason why, like in general, people, this is why I always speak about working. People put their work life before their kids. And even if you feel like you do gotta work, I feel like you can make it work to the point where you're there with your child. Because you need to keep tabs on your kids at all times with the world that we living in. They are out to target the children. This is their main target, is our children. Rather it's gun violence, wildfires, earthquakes, you know, kidnappings, DCFS, a damn evil ass police officer that wants to kill a child. Like, it don't matter. They don't care. This world that we live in is evil. We are living in hell on earth. They targeting the children. This is why if you feel like you need to work, I feel like you should adjust the time in your schedule so that you can be there with your child. Y'all be leaving y'all kids in the house by themselves. And then majority of y'all don't even tell your kids what to do and how to go about things. You don't even have an escape plan ready for your child. A lot of these kids are so uneducated when it comes down to stuff like that. They wouldn't even know what to do. Establish a escape plan if anything happens, like a disaster, you know, or if somebody tries to come in the house on them. If you feel like you definitely ain't gonna be there with your child, establish an escape plan. You know, go over some things with them on what they should do. Educate them. But no, like I said, y'all sit these kids in front of the TV all day and expect for the television to raise your child, or you give them a phone and let them get on social media all day and expect for the phone to raise your child, or keep your child company, or give them a tablet and expect for the tablet to do the job. Like, they're literally, they can't even listen out. They so in the metaverse, or, you know, like mentally gone from their regular mind, that all they think about is what's in their phone or the technology that's in front of them. All they thinking about is going outside with their friends, or whatever the case is. People are becoming so lazy and irresponsible nowadays that it is resulting in a short lifespan of these children. And I'm just keeping it 100. That's why I say, why do Black lives only matter when a child is being gunned down, or a black man is being gunned down by a white officer? Why do Black lives matter then? Why can't we march on the daily, or every single day, and stick together as one when it's gun violence, or just not even just when it's gun violence, but put together some things, where we can march in the name of violence or them targeting our children. Why we can't do that? And then y'all get mad when somebody say Black lives don't matter. They don't. It's true. It's facts. And if you feel like you want to unsubscribe from this channel just because I said that, then go right ahead. I ain't gonna force nobody to agree with me, and I ain't gonna force nobody to stay on this channel or stay subscribed to this channel just because I'm not saying what you want me to say. I'm just stating the obvious. Let's call a spade a spade. Black lives don't matter. That's not fair though. Real talk. And let's call a spade a spade. The reality is we'll never stick together because we still be out here looking at each other like, there go that chick. Or bang, bang, shoot him up because I think that's the dude that killed my brother, or, just senseless gun violence. All in all, black on black crime on a daily. How we gonna stick together? When will we ever stick together is the question. So this is why I say so many irresponsible parents, because you got these young children picking up guns and joining these gangs because the mama or the daddy is just as bad. Honestly, they see what their parents do and they mimic what their parents do. Then on top of that, some of y'all are so horrible that y'all don't even keep y'all children away from certain family members. They also get influenced by other family members, like their cousins. Man. And then these children nowadays, they are literally very disrespectful to their parents at a young age. Very young ages, and talking back. Real flip at the mouth at the age of 4 and 5. And some of these parents think that it's so funny. They think it's so funny. Irresponsible. You're not even trying to teach them no real values in life. They not even gonna get the gist of it at all. But I ain't about to play. I'm not about to play with my children. I'll play with you, but to a certain extent. Alright, now you're going too far. Alright, watch your mouth. I'm your mother. Stop the back talking. That's not what we gonna do today. Some of y'all just be letting your kid talk back, laughing with them, arguing with them, instead of enforcing what we call discipline. Kids literally don't even know what discipline is nowadays. And I ain't talking about beating the hell out of them. I'm talking about really sitting down, talking to them for real, and putting it right on the table. You got to talk to your kid first for them to really understand. And then, if they still don't get it, That's when you just start moving forward and start taking stuff away from them, stuff that they really love. Because, like I said, these children, they go to school and they get influenced by their little friends, or they get peer pressure into doing certain stuff. You know, friends coming to school with cell phones or whatever, they think they should get a cell phone. Now they want to come home talking about, Mom, can I get a cell phone? You say no. Why? Because I said so? No, you are not ready for a phone. Just because that person has one, it does not mean that you can get one. That's what their parents do. I'm different. But see, this is exactly why I say we need homeschooling. They need to enforce homeschooling. Don't get me wrong. Some of these kids, they can actually, learn from other kids even when they're not in school. But it also, it's like it depends on the environment that you put them in, the environment that you have them around, surrounding. If you let them be in the hood all day, every day, letting them go outside by themselves, letting them hang on somebody else's porch or be at somebody else's house, I mean, I don't know what you expect. Another thing, reason why a lot of parents are so irresponsible is because they don't check behind their children. Okay? Like I said, peer pressure is a mug nowadays. So if you think for once that your 10-year-old or your 9-year-old daughter is going to go to school with just her actual school uniform on, think again. Y'all need to start checking these backpacks. And I said this before in one of my videos. Check these book bags, open them up, look at every goddamn pocket of the backpack. Trust me, I know because I have done it before. I started to ball up or fold up little shirts or whatever, or pants and stuff like that. Have tops and just trying to look cute or whatever in school. So I used to fold it up real small and put it inside of my backpack and hide it away from my parent. Start checking your child's book bag for real. Look at their homework too. Look at what the stuff that they write in these notebooks. I'm not saying that, be a pest on your child, but you're the parent and you hold the responsibility, not them. So let them know that you mean business and check behind everything that they do. Look in at every pocket, every zipper. They say, Mom, I'm ready. Oh, you ready? You got your school clothes on? Yeah, I got my school clothes on. Okay, come here. And not to violate them, but lift up your shirt. Do you got any other shirts on up underneath that? Let me see. You got some pants on up underneath that I need to know about? You got on some little shorts or something? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. These kids will try to outsmart their own parents. So you need to be on to their games. Also, for you parents that are giving y'all kids cell phones and tablets at a young age, check on the tablet, check on the cell phone. See what they downloading, see what they're watching, see who they're texting, see who they're calling. Another thing, pay attention to the friends that they got. If you know something not right as a parent and you feel like they are around a horrible kid, keep them away. Or talk to the other child's parent or something. Y'all need to really start keeping tabs on y'all kids, because the more that you don't, the more horrible of a generation of children will be raising. The more horrible society will become, even without the technology. It look like y'all just gonna be raising some demon seeds. Stop being so lazy and inconsiderate and irresponsible. One thing about my situation, though, that I can speak on is my children are very smart. They already know. I'm not even about to test the waters with my mom. And even when they try, I put them right in their place. No, I'm not perfect. Of course not. But I don't play that, you know. And if only y'all knew. Trust me. If I could really dive right into it, I would. I'm trying to, regardless if they in the system or not, I'm trying to raise up a really great generation of children, and I'm trying to break off these generational curses. If you feel like your family is bad for your child, don't bring them around. Don't bring them around that family that you're talking about. If you feel like it just needs to be you and your kids, let it be. That's all they really need anyway. Real talk. That it takes a village to raise a child. Man, look. Sometimes you just don't need to keep people in your business. Like, people just need to mind their own business. And you need to do your due diligence and raise your child. Stop being lazy. I put it this way. You lay down. You open up your legs. We all open up our legs. Same thing for the men, too. Because it ain't just us women. You lay down. You unzipped your pants. I almost cursed. Had to catch myself. But you lay down. You unzipped your pants. So, and you decided not to, use that method that we talk about. So do y'all jobs too, as fathers. It ain't just on the women. Some of y'all be out here just sitting up here, letting it go, and every woman that you see, getting them pregnant, and then as soon as they get pregnant, you get mad and don't even want to take care of your child. I ain't speaking about all fathers, because there is some good fathers out there. Like, for instance, my husband, really good father. There's some amazing fathers out there. But for the ones that don't want to take care of their kids, man, come on now. And then some of these fathers too, you know what? I can't blame y'all, because you got some of these evil, bitter, petty women that's just like, no, you can't even be around your child. And it ain't even valid reasons. Like, I could see if it was a real valid reason why you didn't want him around. Maybe he was being abusive to you, or maybe, a certain situation happened where you trusted him to be with his child, and then something happened or whatever. I could see if it's valid reasons. But if it's like nah, cause you moved on, or he just don't want to be with you anymore, or something like that, Like, come on now. Um, but yeah, like y'all, this just raise y'all kids, man. The don't listen to the it takes a village. Because some of these sayings, as I get older, I'm starting to realize that some of these sayings is just ridiculous. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will never hurt. You sure about that? Because sometimes certain things that people say can really traumatize you for life. Sometimes you might have a narcissistic parent, you know, or narcissistic family members, or be in a narcissistic relationship or a toxic relationship, have toxic parents. Actually, words can stick, and it can take forever, and it can take a lot of rebuilding yourself to get that out of your head and just move past it. It ain't that easy, you know? Sometimes people don't even care about nothing that they say. They just say it. Um so yeah, I'm starting to notice that a lot of these sayings and stuff like that is just pure BS. It shouldn't take a doggone village to raise your child that you made. I mean, if you want to pitch in and really help me, that's cool. You know, we all need as much support as possible. So I ain't going to stop the support, because we do need support, you know. Sometimes we do need help. Sometimes there's people out there that's willing to really like help you with your child. I ain't stopping that. I ain't saying that. But I ain't finna take no random stranger. You know, that's why it's like, you know, some of y'all women, y'all gossip so much about your child to other people. And then you mess around and you gossip to the wrong person. And you think that you talking to the right person. And then they just got a whole nother personal agenda, you know, behind your back. Be careful who you talk to. Seriously. Be careful who you let in your business. But I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here, y'all, because my feet is actually starting to swell up right now from me sitting down for so long. But yeah, and I hope y'all took this, you know, conversation into consideration. There's some other things that we need to discuss on this channel too, and I'll have more videos coming for y'all soon. Obviously, you see I'm in a very light setting. We're gonna make some updates really soon, get some things going. You know, I'm actually really excited. I'm happy that I'm on this journey of being a speaker or a content creator, you know, and I really appreciate the support, because little do y'all know, y'all are pushing me to, you know, speak out for real. But y'all, you know, I'm out of here. I gotta get to going. Be safe. Enjoy y'all day.